This is fitting the rev counter, so keep watching. Well, welcome back. I'm pleased to say it has arrived. And when I say it, you know what I'm talking about. It's the rev counter. There we have the box, the Daytona rev counter. Now, I don't know if any of you have had problems. Should have been able to get this from Bike, Japan. They seem to be the main dealers for these. And I've been on the site, everything's okay until you put in that you want it sent to GB, and it seems as though they're not sending any goods to GB at the moment. Why? I don't know. But there's another company that I used, which is in Australia, and they deal with the same product, same price, and they export it. They also export it with English instructions, which is a bonus. Excuse me. So that's what we did, and amazingly, from ordering it, 5 days to the door. So it has arrived. So we're very pleased with that. One thing I will say is, if you're going to fit one of these, and I have just started to fit it, it's not finished. If you have the Honda screen, it's more of a job. It's very fiddly, very fiddly. Now, as most of you know, I'm getting on a bit now, and my hands are a bit arthritic to say the least. Getting the bolts and bits and pieces into place, I found I struggled. Now, also, as I've said before, I've been an engineer for many years, so my experience, I had to rely upon experience to get over some of these problems with my not so good fingers now, being able to get into very tight places, which I wouldn't have given two toots about years ago. I was quite used to working in very fiddly situations. So, first thing to do is remove the screen, give you more room to actually be able to work on the bike. The kit comes with a partial loom for connecting the signal up from the coil into the headlight. The loom from the actual rev counter goes into the headlight, and you just connect them up with bullet connectors. Should be pretty straightforward. Yet to be done. I have mounted it. I didn't do a video on me mounting it because, quite honestly, it had been quite embarrassing seeing me struggling to get it done. But anyway, hey ho, it's now fitted, and as I will show you. Now, it's quite easy to take these four screws out that hold the screen. The screen comes away quite easily. It's one of the few things that was quite easy on. And as you can probably gather, I'd already loosened these, so I'm not just undoing them with my fingers, they were already loosened. So there we are. So that's the screen off. We'll put that out the way safely. It looks like so. There's the rev counter. It's mounted on the bracket that comes with the kit. It's fully inclusive, the kit. Mounting straightforward, as I say. Then got to get the loom, take the bracket goes up and under. As you can see, it fits it fits just under the mounting for the speedometer. But the bolts that hold that are, let's get sorted, get settled. The bolts that hold that are here, this one, and another one right in here. Holding the bracket at the top here and lining up. Also, this is a spacer. There are spacers between here, big black spacer there, and another big black spacer on the other bolt here. So physically, it's mounted. Now, there is a mounting that holds the screen, which comes from here, goes way under, and also mounts onto those two bolts that I just pointed out. So there's another bracket that goes under here, goes across, comes out the other side here, and mounts here to steady this bracket, which is very firm. Now I've taken that off. You can fit it with, I'm pretty sure you can get it on with the bracket there, but for me I thought that was going to cause too much of a headache, so I have left that bracket off for the time being. We'll see how we go. So next thing is to take the rim off here, get inside the headlight and connect up the wiring. Also, we've got the wiring to the coil, which is under here, and taking the wires up, as I say, or a wire. It's a splitter cable, goes up into the back of the headlight and connected. So all the instructions are there, as I say. So we'll come back to that when we've accomplished that. Okay, so this is where the coil is, and this is the green pickup wire, the sensor wire that goes onto the coil. It goes onto the bottom of the coil, green connection, and then the other connection goes to the connection that originally went to the coil. Follow the lead. I'll bring the lead back here, back, and we'll take it back into the headlight when we're ready. Now, I should have filmed this, but I've moved the tank. Literally, you can move the tank. The piping allows you to do this. There's sufficient slack. So when we come here, as you can see, we've taken the seat off, which is very easy to do. Two little Allen bolts that go in here and here. Undo those. The seat slides back. Then showing you there's one bolt that holds the tank here, and there's two brackets that go either side at the front of the tank that go onto rubber mounts, slide onto rubber mounts. It's as simple as that, but I found take the seat off, move the tank back, allows you to get to the wiring a lot easier. So I hope that helps if you attempt to do this. Right, now we're looking at the dash now, and we turn. Now, looking at the dash, turn the ignition on, and there you see it all comes up nicely. And in the garage it works quite nicely. As you can see, the screen is off at the moment still, so we've got the screen to fit, and we'll get that fitted back on, and we'll be pretty much ready to go. Now, I think I said that the tank you can move back so you can get to the coil, and the seat is back in position. Very easy to take the seat off, just 2 screws, one under here, and the same the opposite side as well. Looks good, works well. And let's have a look. Here is the instructions. Now, when you go from one mode to another, one of the things you want to take note of, and I didn't sufficiently, was this little bit here, which tells you to hold both buttons down for 2 seconds, and that will then take you into the PPR, and from that you can scroll down and get your, whether it's 1 revolution or 2 revolutions, and it's this one that you want for the bike. The other thing is the wiring diagram. Now, that looks pretty straightforward, and it pretty much is. The wire coming off the coil here, this is the extra bit of harness which just bridges between these two. It comes up, it's the yellow one, and it goes on to whichever colour. In my case it's the yellow lead again, comes down, just plugs into there, and then you've got your positive and negative. Going by the instructions there, that didn't work quite as it thought it should, so I used a multimeter on there to check out the voltage, and found the correct cable for that to connect to, which works off the ignition, so it's an auxiliary point, and it all works tickety-boo. As I say, I think majority of the problem was that I was feeling a bit on the tired side. So there we are. We have just had a bimble out to Whitwell just to make sure everything's working as it should do, and I'm pleased to say all it looks okay at this time. So, having spent a little while here, we're on our way back, and I hope you find the video of some interest. Later on I will be doing some facts and figures of speed in each gear, etc., how she pulls and what revs she's doing and so forth, but that's for another time. This has taken long enough, so hopefully, as I say, it may give you some help. If so, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you next time on the next video coming up, so please stay tuned for that as it comes. So I think we're all fairly pleased with our GB350s, and we'll to see what modifications and things that we can do in the future as time goes on. Okay, cheers for now. See you all next time. So don't forget, thumbs up please. Cheers, bye.